All right, everyone, get ready to pack your bags because today we are diving headfirst into the exciting world of, well, becoming a travel professional.
Becoming a travel professional, that's
Yeah.
right.
So, if you've ever dreamed of trading in that 9 to 5 for a life, of exploring exotic destinations and helping others do the same,
Oh, this one's for you.
this one is definitely for you because we've got all the insider secrets from a top-notch online program that I've been digging into.
Yeah.
And let me tell you,
Yeah.
it is so much more than just like scrolling through travel blogs and
Oh, absolutely.
yeah,
This is not just about getting cheaper flights for your own trip. This is a whole career path we're talking about.
exactly, a
Yeah.
career path. And
Mhm.
and when most people think about like a travel professional, they're probably picturing
Yeah.
travel agent, right? Like booking flights all day.
Booking flights all day, but it's such a bigger world than that.
It is a much bigger world, so
Yeah.
what else is out there?
Well, I mean, think about it. The travel industry, it's massive, right?
Yeah.
It's global. There are so many moving parts. And it's not just airlines and hotels.
Right.
You've got tour operators. You've got those cruise lines.
Mhm.
You've got experience providers. Like, you name it. There's a whole niche for it.
So you're telling me there are like travel agents for every
Processes.
specific...
Absolutely. There's a specialist for everything.
Wow. Okay, so we're not just talking about like, okay, being a travel agent, but like what kind of roles? What are the titles?
Exactly.
What am I going to be calling myself?
So think about it. You could be a travel advisor.
Oh,
You could be a consultant.
mm-hmm.
You could even specialize in a specific destination and become, like the go-to expert for, say, like Southeast Asia or South America.
Italy person.
Exactly. And this course really helps you figure out, like, what is your strength? What is that thing that you're super passionate
Yeah,
about?
what's your niche?
Exactly.
Okay, so that makes sense, but let's be real for a second. Loving to travel, loving Instagram, like that doesn't automatically make me a travel professional, right?
You'd think so, wouldn't you?
Right, like I take good pictures on vacations. Sign me up.
Right. But it takes a bit more than that.
So, like, what are we talking about here?
Well, this course really dives into the essential skills you need.
Okay.
And of course, customer service is a given, right? You've got to be good with people. You've got to be, organized and all that.
Yeah.
But it goes way beyond that.
Okay.
One thing that really surprised me was the emphasis on sales.
Sales. Wait a minute. I thought this was about travel, not like
What?
used car salesmanship. Like,
Sounds a little intimidating at first.
yeah. So, like, what am I upselling a client on? Like a fancier hotel room when they just wanted the standard?
Okay, so that is part of it, right?
Yeah.
Upselling is definitely a thing,
Okay.
but it's bigger than that.
Okay.
It's really about selling the dream, right?
Yeah.
You're selling the experience, you're selling the feeling,
Oh.
and you're also selling yourself as their trusted travel expert.
I see.
Because anybody can go online and book a flight, right? But you, as the professional, you are providing that expertise, that personalized touch.
So I need to convince them not just to book a trip,
Yes.
but to book the trip.
Yes, with you, exactly. You become their go-to travel guru.
All right, so let's say I do that, right? Like I've curated this amazing experience. They go on this vacation, they come back, they're raving about it, but then, life happens and there's a flight cancellation on their next trip.
Right.
What happens then?
Well, that's where you really shine, right? Because you're not just a booking agent, you're their advocate.
I see.
You're there to help them navigate those tricky situations,
Mhm.
rebook their flights, find them a hotel, and that's what builds that real loyalty that, like you said, no online booking platform can ever replicate.
Okay, so I need to channel my inner salesperson and become like a travel therapist / problem solver.
Yeah, you got it.
All rolled into one.
That's the dream.
I'm starting to feel a little in over my head here.
But that's the thing, right? This course doesn't just tell you to go out there and figure it out.
Okay, good.
It actually gives you the tools and knowledge you need. Like there's a whole section, and this is one of my favorite parts, dedicated to destination knowledge.
Destination knowledge.
Destination knowledge. It sounds kind of basic, right?
Yeah, I was just going to say, I feel like I'm pretty good at, Googling top 10 things to do in whatever city.
Right, exactly. But this is so much more than that.
Okay.
This is about going deep, like finding those hidden gems, those local experiences that most tourists would just walk right past.
Like what?
Okay, imagine, that one tiny little family-run trattoria in Florence, right? The one that Michelin star chefs rave about, but only locals know about.
Okay, yeah.
That's destination knowledge. Or like that tucked away vintage record store in Tokyo.
Okay, now you're speaking my language.
There you go.
All right. You've officially sold me on the destination knowledge.
Yeah.
I am all about that. But what about the, like, tech side of things? Because I am picturing right now in my head, like, complicated booking systems, industry jargon that I can't even pronounce.
You're not wrong.
But what?
Help! So you are right about the booking systems, and is a big part of it.
Okay.
But don't worry, it's not as intimidating as it sounds.
Okay.
This is where you enter the world of GDS systems.
GDS.
GDS, yeah. It sounds very official, doesn't it?
Very official. Very important. Probably very complicated.
It's actually not as bad as you think.
Okay.
Okay, so think of it this way, right? You know how you use Yelp to find a restaurant?
Yeah.
A GDS is like having access to the restaurant's internal reservation system.
Oh.
You see real-time availability. You might even get access to, like, special deals that they wouldn't advertise publicly.
Okay.
Talking about platforms like Amadeus, Sabre. These are like the big players in the professional travel booking world.
The big dogs.
The big dogs? Exactly. And this course, it breaks it all down. Like the difference between these B2B platforms, that's business to business.
Okay.
And then the B2C ones, a business to consumer, which is what we use every day, like your Expedias, your Booking.coms.
Okay, that makes sense. Because I was going to say, I feel like I book travel all the time. Like,
Exactly.
I know how to use those websites.
You're already familiar with the consumer side.
Right.
This takes it to the professional level.
Okay, that makes more sense. And wait, hold on a second, because I'm having a flashback to another deep dive that we did.
Okay, yeah.
And I think it was about CRM systems. Does that sound right?
Absolutely.
So those come into play here.
Big time.
Really?
Remember, this isn't just about booking trips. It's about managing your clients, right? It's about managing those relationships, keeping track of their itineraries, their preferences, maybe even their birthdays. You know, it's all about that personalization.
Right, because people want that special treatment, especially when they're spending, thousands of dollars on a vacation.
Thousands of dollars, exactly. You want them to feel valued. You want to remember those little details.
Okay, so we've covered the glamorous stuff, the destinations, the travel, the relationships. But what about the, let's be honest, kind of boring but important stuff?
Oh, you mean like the legal stuff?
Yes, the legal stuff. Like, what do I need to know about that?
Well, you're right. It's not the most exciting part, but it is essential.
Okay.
Think about it. Visas, travel insurance, cancellation policies. Those are the things that can really make or break a trip, especially when things go wrong.
Right. Like, what if there's a huge storm or...
Exactly. A natural disaster, a political upheaval. Those things happen.
So you're saying that knowing all of this, like, really in-depth legal stuff is crucial for dealing with, like, client emergencies and stuff.
Exactly.
Okay. I never thought about it like that.
Right. Because you're their advocate, right? You're their lifeline when things go sideways. So knowing the ins and outs of travel insurance, visa requirements, even things like local embassy contacts, that can be invaluable.
I bet.
And of course, we can't forget about the elephant in the room.
Right. Because, like, the world is very different than it used to be.
The world's very different. So this course even covers all the latest COVID protocols, which, as we know, are constantly changing.
Right. Because every country's got their own rules and regulations.
Exactly.
Okay. So it's a lot more than just, finding a good deal on a flight.
Absolutely.
It's like, you're a problem solver.
Yes.
You're an advisor.
You're a therapist. You're
a therapist, a little bit of everything.
a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
But in the best way possible.
Okay, so once I've mastered all of that, the course takes me to the really exciting part, right?
Let's do it.
Building my travel empire.
Okay, hold your horses.
Oh, there's more.
There's a little more to it.
Okay.
It is exciting.
Okay.
But this is where it gets really in-depth. Because we're talking about starting and running your own travel business.
Oh, so it's not just like booking people's dream vacations.
Well, it is, but you're doing it all yourself.
Got it. So this is where I become the boss.
Exactly.
Okay, what am I going to have to learn about?
Well, we're talking everything from, like, do you want to freelance?
Okay.
Do you want to join an agency?
Okay.
How do you brand yourself? How do you market your services?
Right.
How do you manage finances?
The boring stuff.
The not so glamorous part of it.
Yeah, okay, so this is like a business course disguised as a travel course.
Pretty much.
Wow, okay. But it's still exciting.
Oh, absolutely. And this course, it really does a great job of, like, breaking it all down, like, step by step.
Okay, good.
And it even touches on some really exciting opportunities. Like, you could potentially partner with airlines and tour operators.
Oh.
So you're not just working with, individual clients. You might be working on a larger scale.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've covered the skills, the tech, the legal stuff, even the business side of things. But what about, like, that official,
It's
like,
a stamp of approval.
yes, the travel professional stamp of approval?
That's where organizations like IATA and ANSCA come in.
Those acronyms sound familiar.
They're kind of a big deal.
Okay.
So IATA, that's the International Air Transport Association,
Mm-hmm.
and ASTLIA, that's the American Society of Travel Advisors.
Okay.
And they offer certifications,
Okay.
which, it's not just a piece of paper. It's like,
It's got to mean something.
it means something.
Yeah.
It shows that you've reached a certain level of professionalism,
Right.
that you have the knowledge.
Credibility.
Exactly.
Okay.
And it also connects you with a whole network of other travel professionals.
So it's kind of like joining the cool kids club,
Kind of, yeah.
like a secret handshake or something.
Secret handshake, exactly.
I like it. Okay.
But it's invaluable because you get to network with people who are doing the same thing. You get access to exclusive opportunities, industry events.
Mentorship.
Mentorship, exactly.
Okay, so it's not just what you know, it's who you know as well.
A little bit of both.
It always is.
Right.
Okay.
Got to have both.
Wow. Okay, this has been so eye-opening. Who knew that there was so much more to being a travel professional than, just like I said, booking flights and like finding good deals on hotels.
It's a whole world out there.
It really is. So I have one final question for you.
Shoot.
And for our listeners who are now, I'm sure, like completely invested in becoming travel professionals,
Yes.
let's put this knowledge to the test.
Okay, I like it.
So imagine you're creating a dream itinerary, right? But
Yeah.
here's the twist. What unique experiences, what local connections, what hidden gems would you, as a budding travel professional, add to that itinerary that, the average Joe just scrolling through TripAdvisor wouldn't even know to look for?
I love that question. And honestly, that's what this is all about, right? It's about using your knowledge, your passion, your connections to create something truly special and unique for your clients, something that they'll remember forever.
It's the dream, right?
It's the dream.
To create those unforgettable experiences.
Exactly.
All right, everyone. So there you have it. Your challenge, should you choose to accept it, is to start brainstorming those dream itineraries.
Let's go.
Let us know what you come up with, and who knows, maybe one of you listening will be the next big name in travel. Until next time,
Safe travels.
keep exploring.